It's great. Like you said, Jamie. I mean, it's great action. It's in your face. And for those of you out there, get the Versus channel. Start watching. I promise you, you're gonna like it. And you get to see guys like Jamie kick ass. And I gotta ask you something about the Showtime. You were known as the Worm before. Is that right?
Yeah.
What's up with the name change?
Well, the worm wasn't something I was like given or even approved. My trainers, like, they called me. They said They called me the worm because I was able to squirm and like just like slip out of positions, and I was pretty hard to submit and to catch on the ground. And I never wanted that nickname. And then when I first got to the UFC, my management and my trainers there the same. They're the ones that dealt with all the paperwork, and they're the ones that put my nickname as the worm on there. And I never once went by that. I never liked it, never approved it, never wanted the name, and yet it stuck for a while. But as far as Showtime goes, I just I think it fits because every time I fight, I saw one hell of a show.
Absolutely, you sure do, man. I love your fights, and Marcus Hicks better be watching out because the Wrecking Ball is gonna go against the Showtime in this clash, and on August 3rd, and it's gonna be a great fight, no doubt about it. But one other thing I gotta ask you is, you beat Rob McCullough, and in February, right?
Yes, sir.
And that was quite the fight. I gotta ask you, there was a little bit of a controversy there at the end with your mouthpiece, and I'm sure you heard about it and you had to talk about it. But walk us through that. Walk us through the finish. What happened?
Well, just I came in with like a 3 or 4 punch combination. He threw a right hand right in the middle of my face, coming in with my left hook. Threw his right hand, caught me right on the chin, knocked my mouthpiece out, and that's all there was to it. It didn't hurt me, it didn't really faze me. I remember watching my mouthpiece fly out. I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah.
And I started throwing punches right back, and then he started really coming at me hard. I'm like, fuck. So I changed my level, tried to get in on a takedown, and when he turned his back and like kicked out of the takedown, that's when I pointed to my mouthpiece on the ground and made the T signal, the timeout signal for Steve Mazzagatti because he didn't even see my mouthpiece come out. If you notice, I was wearing a clear mouthpiece. He
Right.
didn't even see it get knocked out during that fight. So I had to that's why I was pointing because normally they stop the fight when there's a break in action. They stop the fight, let the fighter get his mouthpiece.
Yeah.
And in my case, he didn't see it. So I just pointed to him like, give me my mouthpiece back so I can get in there and start fighting again. Because or else I was just going to keep shooting on him, things down because I don't want to get hit in the mouth without a mouthpiece. It's a lot easier to get knocked out that way and get seriously injured.
And I gotta tell you, Jamie's not the type of guy who tries to go for situations like that. You and your fights, you got plenty of submission wins, you got plenty of action. So just let's put the controversy to an end, people. Everybody out there, just stop it. But I gotta ask you, how has winning the championship at like age 23, how has that changed your mindset about everything? Just
It hasn't really changed anything. I'm just a fighter, man. I love to fight, and having that belt is great, but I want to be recognized as one of the best lightweights in the world. And this was winning the WC title, beating a guy like Rob McCullough was definitely a step in the right direction. But there are a lot more guys out there to fight. There are a lot more fights to be fought. So I'm just looking forward to my reign as a champion and have a long career.
so as far as Showtime is concerned, that's just the beginning, huh?
That's just beginning.
And I gotta ask you, you're a popular guy. I gotta tell you. We've done interviews with we did one with CB, we did one with Amir Sadola from The Ultimate Fighter, and every time we do these interviews, we have fans submit questions, and we got some questions for you. I'm just gonna run 2 quick questions here, and one comes from Frank from Michigan. Well, Frank from Michigan, he wants to know who were your biggest influences in the MMA world when you first started out?
Not Hughes and Dwayne Ludwig. And Ken Pulver. All three of them were huge influences. Ken Pulver was like my favorite fighter of all time when I was coming up, when I was a young, aspiring fighter. And then once I started fighting
Yeah.
more and more, I really liked Ken. And then they cut the 155 5-pound weight class. And I never saw a fight again because when we were fought in Japan. And then Matt Hughes became one of my favorite fighters, as well as Dwayne Ludwig. So both of them were all three of those fighters were like probably my greatest influences.
Right, and I gotta tell you, to me, Johns is a legend in the sport. There's no doubt about it. The guy is amazing. He's been around for a long time. He's very entertaining as well as a great fighter, and he's just a really great guy. That's a great person to idolize, in my opinion. I gotta ask you one more question. That's from Nathan from California. He wants to know, if you could fight anyone, whether in your weight class or not, who would it be and why?
I want to fight the number one fighter in the world, and so I think BJ Penn. Because I want to test myself, and I would love to show the world how good I am, and I think BJ Penn he's the best lightweight in the world. I would like to test myself, and he would definitely be the correct tool to measure that.
That would be a match I would love to see. BJ Penn and Showtime going at it. That would be amazing, I gotta tell you. But Jamie, I really gotta thank you for taking the time for this interview. I know you have a really busy schedule right now. You've got a big fight coming up. I wish you the best of luck. Hicks is scary, but guess what? You're Showtime for a reason. So just get in there and do your thing, and I'm sure it will go your way.
I think